All right, we're here today looking at a Brooksofyork track by my buddy Dave Brooks. He was nice enough to let us look at this track. John Valencia played drums, Phil Anthony played bass, Dave sang and played guitar and keyboards. I played a little guitar, I did a little keyboards and programming on it as well. Let's just take a little listen.
In time, with love, enough, it'll all make sense when you're grown. I see the words speak true to your eyes. Where you're going, where you're going. I feel like hell every time I try to lie. What's the point, kid? You already know it. Double down on a resolution with time. It's a weakness, it's never stolen. A calmly compromise. Your future's on the line. The light, the way, the shape of my heart, the winter, all the stars, the only things that matter from me. You are, you are, you are. The light, the way, the shape of my heart, the winter, all the stars, the only things that matter from me. You are, you are.
So yeah, this track goes on to a lot of places, but let's start with the drums here. Okay, so we got some drums. Let's turn our groups on here. Okay. Did some automation. Okay, let's just hear this. Okay. So, real quick, sub kick, not doing anything to it, just a speaker, low end, barely hear it. Just adding some of those sub lows. Here we go. We'll go to the kick drum. Okay. Let's hear it without everything. Okay. So a little gate action. Not closing all the way. Wow, got rid of a lot of those. Got rid of a lot of 211 and 160-ish. You know, yeah, that's quite a bit. But it's what it needed, I guess, at the time. We mixed this December 2019, so it's not too old. Alright. Distressor. Giving a lot of the level. Not sure why we had to gain that much level up, but we did. A little R bass on the channel there. Looks like didn't need the de-esser. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. Sometimes you want to tame some of that clickiness. Okay. So there you go, little snare. So a little gate, again, not closing all the way, just kind of giving it a little bit. Okay, looks like I was dealing with some of the highs there too. Getting rid of some 515-ish. Adding some brightness there, some 200. Wow. It really does a lot. And then we have a snare trigger. I don't always use a trigger, but we did here. I think this is one that we made here with Mark, my buddy Mark, but we'll see. Nice, so that's the mixture of the kick and snares. toms are going. So there's 3 toms on this track, and it's funny, you know, looking at all these old sessions, I'm noticing I'm doing less now. You know, I'm trying to get the sound really, really good on the way in with some EQ compression. I mean, so these toms, they hit, when we record them, they hit some EQ and compression on the way in. So does the kick, so does the snare. So do vocals, so do bass, so do guitars. So by the time I'm mixing, hopefully I can do a little less when I'm mixing, because on the way in I try to get the sound pretty rockin'. Little muddy still, but you know, that's how we ended up with it. Alright, and then so the close mics are going to some reverb. On the overhead, just a little EQ, some distressors, some de-essing a little bit to tame the highs. What do we got here? This is, okay, the AEA Stereo R88 ribbon. I love this guy. It's become a staple of mine for drums. Okay, and this is, so that's an example of when I recorded that in the middle of the room in front of the kit, I'm hitting that with some compression and EQ right away. So by the time I get here, I'm just kind of getting rid of some of these problem areas. And then I had some U87s in the room. Just giving some of that space. All right. Drums are gonna go through a drum bus. Little Pultec, add some air. 2500. Some basic compression. Okay, either I automated that or I didn't use that. Some inflator. I really liked these a long time ago, and then they came back. And wow, I guess I didn't use that either. I swear I had it there. This is, again, I reinstalled all the plugins on here, so maybe that didn't track properly back, but I'm gonna put it there. So let's do this. I probably don't even need that because the Pultec's adding some air. Again, I probably would use less now. Doing some little bit of lifting on there, just kissing it there, just not even doing much. All right, then I got a parallel compressor. Adding some of that compressed room again, just getting rid of some problem areas. I guess it was clipping, so I just. Oh no, that wasn't it. Yeah, these did not. Wow, something with this session is not looking 100% right, but gives you the idea. That's a problem with updating. And then another parallel compressor here. Again, the beauty of just kind of looking at it, and there's mistakes, there's things you'd have to fix, but that's how we work in this world. So adding some reverb to those close mics. So nice. So that's the drums. Not crazy. Again, I'm trying to get it done with less. Okay, and then we have some overdub drums. And again, there's some basic drum automation here. Let's see. Some fill automation there. And so this is, let's see what this is. Oh, okay, so just a ride. Oh, and it has those beads on the ride. All right, nice. And then what do we got here? This is, and I think those have nothing on them. There's, it's a ride. It's good. I mean, they go to a bus. What do I do on those? So I do some stuff on the bus. There it is. But pretty, and that's pretty much a copy of the close mics. All right, and then let's do a drum roll. So drum roll in there. Another drum roll. Another drum roll. But this one's going through some interesting. It sounds like I'm crushing that through like a leveler, decapitator guy, devil lock guy, but I don't recall. And then some more drums here. I think these are some tom overdubs. Yeah. And so these I did EQ, did a lot of EQing, some R bass. This is like all the drums, ton of drums. And all those overdub drums are just going to this bus here. Yeah, this bus here. And it's similar to the, if not exactly the same. See, that one's there. That's what leads me to believe. Interesting. Okay, so that's all the drums. And then we have some electronic drums here. And let's see what we're doing with those. Yeah. So these are samples from the OP1 synth. Super filtered. Echo Boy on the snare. Sounding that to some reverb.